All right, so I'm going to just go through a few examples in the textbook on probability and how to work through some of these problems. Similar to some things you'll see on the Hawks homework and on your test next week. It says here, for each experiment, draw a tree diagram illustrating the possible outcomes and list the outcomes in the sample space. So there's really two things you want to do here. Let's look at number 3 for a moment. Let me slide this a little bit further out of the way. It says, when ordering pizza, a crust is chosen, either crispy or thick, followed by choosing a topping, either cheese, pepperoni, or sausage. Okay. Okay, so this is kind of a scaled down pizza, right? You've got one option for the crust and one option for the topping. And so there are two options, but only one can be chosen. So this is number 3. And the first thing is the tree diagram, right? The tree diagram is this thing with the little branches I showed in the last video. In this case, the first choice is crispy or thick. And so you would write out something like this with crispy and thick. Those are the two different crust options. And then there are 3 different topping options for each of these. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for each crust. And you can do cheese, pepperoni, or sausage for each of the crust options. Okay? So, in the end, there are 6 different outcomes, and it also says in the directions to list the outcomes in the sample space. Okay, so the list of all the outcomes, if I get rid of the book, I can actually show this a little bit better. So to list all the outcomes in the sample space, you'd have to do crispy with cheese, you'd have to do crispy with pepperoni, you'd have to do crispy with sausage, throw commas in there, you'd have thick with cheese, you'd have thick with pepperoni, and you'd have thick with sausage. Okay, and that would be, whoa, I didn't even get all that on the camera. Alright, that would be your entire sample space. So 6 different options for your pizza.